My name is Robin Schroed. I grew up in Sulphur Springs. I was born and raised here in Hopkins County, and I've been in education my whole life. Started out as a photography major, and I was afraid I wouldn't make too good a living at that after I got to researching that. And was led to education, and I can't even tell you what happened that made me go that route. I do now know why I went that route, but fell in love with learning, watching kids learn. But I also saw social needs that I couldn't touch as a teacher, and so I decided to go back and get a master's in education psychology, education counseling, and was a middle school and high school counselor for 8 years. And that was some of the best years of my life professionally, but some of the most emotionally draining, things I've ever been through. We were here for a Hannah for Hope golf tournament. I hadn't seen Johnny and Debbie in, gosh, maybe a year or so. So we just were hugging and, oh, it's good to see you. And they said, you know, are you still own a education consulting company? And I said, yes. Are you still traveling a lot? Yes. And Johnny said, well, this is what I want to do. And Debbie said, and we think you're the one to do it, to start it for us. And I said, oh gosh, thank you. But, you know, I'm traveling and I can't do it right now, but down the road, I'd love to do this for y'all. 6 months later, they came back again. And this time I knew it was time. You know, the first thing I said to Johnny and Debbie, I said, tell me your hopes and dreams and wishes and vision for this over the course of the 3 of our lifetime. And then do you want it to go beyond that? What do you want? And then we'll build it from there. And so they said to change kids' lives, to make life easier for them to get where they want to be. Oh, Casey, he just so precious. That young man is just gonna do awesome things.
Hi, my name is Casey Bass, and I'm a student here at Texas A&M University Commerce. I was born in Texarkana, Texas. Texas, not Arkansas. I gotta remind people that, you know, I'm a Texan. I lived everywhere, you know. My family moved around a lot. We had family in the Mount Vernon, Sulphur Bluff area, and we moved out there. And I had cousins that went to Sulphur Bluff, and it was a small school. That'd kind of been my idea all through high school. I was just gonna go straight to work. College was never something. My family, obviously, I come from a really poor family, made less than $14,000 a year. That's considered poverty in the U.S. at this time. So like that, college was not on my mind at all. It was the last thing I was thinking of. I was worrying about getting a job and being able to have money for things. And that's whenever Mrs. Gore, my counselor, had approached me about the scholarship. She came up to the school and I was called into the office, and I walked in there and she told me that I was one of the winners of the scholarship, and it was pretty wild. I was pretty emotional. Actually, I called my mom and she didn't answer. I went to voicemail and I was like, ah. So I called my brother in Tennessee and I was like, you won't believe what happened. And Dylan was like, he was up in arms. He was really excited for me. And then while I was on the phone with him, she called me and I was like, I gotta put you on hold. And then I talked to her about it, and Mom cried. It was great. It was really emotional time because we didn't think I wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise, like not even junior college.
Acacia is one of the strongest overcomers of just life challenges that can happen to us that I've ever seen.
My name is Acacia Smith. When I applied for my Bright Star Scholarship, at first I think we had to write like an essay for it. So that wasn't too hard. I like writing, in all honesty, and I had a great English teacher to help me with any mistakes I made. So that was really easy. When I got to the interview, though, that's when I got a little nervous because I had just had my wisdom teeth out a week before I interviewed with them. So I was still puffy-faced, I drooled a little bit, but they made me feel very at home, very comfortable. And then when they told me I got the scholarship, I was in Iowa for a robotics competition actually, so they had FaceTimed me, and I could not believe that I was the only person in my class and out of Cumbie who got it. I want to be a social worker, so I feel like that is my paying it forward a little bit. And also, I actually helped a lot of the seniors this year apply for the scholarship because I was so excited. I was like, y'all, it's a great scholarship, you know, like Miss Schroed, everyone in the foundation, they're so nice, they're so lovely. So I tried to pay it forward by helping them, and hopefully I pay it forward by being a social worker because I know there's a lot of need for it and there's a lot of kids in bad places, and I want to help get them out and be the good in their life.
Jennifer is beautiful and bright and quiet, humble, and it's going to be that strong, silent, take this world on and make it better.
My name's Jennifer Lopez. I am from Silver Springs, and I'm currently attending the University of North Texas. High school was really fun. I was into a lot of extracurricular activities, like I think soccer and band kind of just like made me like be active, and I wasn't just like stuck at home doing homework, which was like a lot that consumed me. But overall, I really liked high school a lot. So both of my parents are from Mexico, and they came here to the United States to like bring us like a better life. So that's what's always been in the back of my mind, like providing, like, or I don't know, just being like, making their effort like, you know, worth it. It was the second semester, and it was like when scholarships were just coming in, but I think I only put my focus onto the Bright Star one because I was like, if I only get this one, I'm thankful enough. Like, it doesn't really matter. Oh man, I remember I was in my 7th period. I was about to go home, and I was actually going into like 8th period. Like, it was like the passing periods, and they called my name in the intercom, and I was actually scared because I had already 3 tardies. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get a detention. And I was just like, well, I'm just waiting on it. And then I go in and I see Miss Robin, and I was like, oh man, what's going on? And she kind of just told me, and I did cry. Yeah. Yeah, I lost it right there.
Faith is very goal-oriented, but she doesn't feel like she has to take prisoners along the way. She's just this quiet, confident, strong, humble young woman.
My name is Faith Wheeler. I went to North Hawkins High School, and I'm currently attending Texas A&M University Commerce. So when Miss Schroed came to the school and gave me all the information and was talking me through it, I was like, wow. You know, your heart just drops and you get the tingles and the warm feeling all over your body, and it's like, you know, God has a plan and He's going to open doors for you, and that's what Bright Star did for me. I don't have the financial means of, you know, putting somebody through college or giving them a tremendous amount of money that'll help them out, but I can inspire others like they inspired us. You know, you can tell them you've got potential, and if you just pursue your passions and you work hard, then God's going to open those doors for you, and there's people out there who are going to love you and take care of you and help you get there. Right now I'm going to major in nursing, so that's the plan, and hopefully I go on after that and get certified to work in the neonatal intensive care unit. So I think that's where my heart's going to be.
I love Mattie Millsap. So yeah, Maddie's the one that changes the room. I mean, that child just makes me smile. Full of life. Loves mission work. I know that's where she's going to wind up making the biggest impact with her life.
I am Mattie Millsap, and I am from Sulphur Springs, Texas. I'm not going to lie, I really thought I did not do well, because I say a lot, and I knew that I did it a lot in the interview, and I was just like, there's no way that went very well, and I was like convinced. I was like, this is awful. because I'm a very talky person and sometimes I get off subject, so I was like, I don't even know that I answered their questions, but I guess it turned out well. My biggest thing that I do with missions for the past 2 years, I have gone out of country. I've gone to Kenya, and I spend, by the time you get over there, it's about a week at a children's home. It's called Naomi's Village. It's super sweet. It's, in my opinion, the best place on earth. Scholarship aside, Mr. and Mrs. Gillis and Robin, like, they've provided such a great support system for me. Like, the Gillises sent me like cards. They're like, you know, we're so proud of you, like, you got this. Robin will send us text and check up on us and just be like, if you need anything, give me a call, I'm always here. She sent us like care packages during finals. So even just with that, just the support system that it's given me, without that, it'd be a lot sadder.
What do you say about Rhett? Oh my gosh. That is one special young man. He has a love and a care for people that is genuine and quiet and deep.
My name is Rhett Reid. I graduated from Sulphur Springs High School in 2019. I'm currently studying at the University of Texas at Tyler, and my major is psychology. I think that I had a lot of teachers in high school that I got to look to and sort of use as a model for helping others, because I saw how they helped others, and I saw that the impact that they made on my life, and that really helped me understand, you know, what life was truly about. I think that high school, in the middle of high school, towards the end, I really got to understand what I thought my life meant. And I don't think anybody truly understands what their life means in the fullest. But I think that helping others and, you know, providing service to others is the thing that has grasped me, and it's something that I want to devote my whole life to.
Landry, God, he's such a cute kid. He's polite. I love Landry's emails back to me because he has, and not that all of the kids don't, but he's always so thankful.
I'm Landry Tyson from Sulphur Springs, Texas, and now I'm at Texas A&M Commerce in Commerce, Texas. It was probably just like when I got called for the interview, because it was a process of narrowing down after each phase. So once I just realized I got to the last step in the last little phase, it was just like one more thing to go and just nail the interview and it could be it. Miss Robin Strode came to the high school, and I was in economics, and I got called out, and I didn't know what it was for at the time, and just went in there to the counselor's office, and she was in there, and she let me know in person that I got the scholarship. The first conversation I had was with my dad, because he was right down the hallway. He's the teacher at the high school, so I immediately went to his room to tell him that I got the scholarship, and then called my mom right after to let her know. It was fun. I interrupted his class, but he didn't care. It's a wonderful experience that I get to have now because of them.
Oh, she's precious. Amy is smart as a whip. Man, she's smart. She graduated from Paris Junior College with an associate's degree a week before she graduated from high school.
Hi, my name is Amy Sprague. I attended North Hopkins High School, and as of this moment, I'm currently attending Texas A&M University Commerce. So during high school, I was a member of every organization. I was in Beta, which is pretty much an honor society. All 4 years of high school, I was an FFA officer. And then in my last 2 years at North Hopkins, they established the FCCLA group, which I was a part of. And that's kind of where Doctors Without Borders comes in, because that's what I want to do. Immediately when I learned about Doctors Without Borders, I was hooked. To be able to give back to people all around the world who really need it. And that's what Doctors Without Borders really wants to do, is give back. So I'm really excited to start working with, or hopefully working with them in the future.
So Maddie starts telling her story, and she starts telling us, Maddie Rea, that her job on campus is to drive a bus around campus. That cracked me up. And I'm thinking, only Maddie Rea could crawl on a big bus at A&M and drive people around, and probably is just laughing and smiling the whole time.
I'm Maddie Rea. I grew up in Sulphur Springs. That's where I graduated, and right now we're at A&M campus, College Station.
The home of?
The Aggies, the fighting Texas Aggies. My granddad and my dad are both Aggies, and I actually only applied to A&M. I didn't apply to any other schools, and so this has always been where I wanted to go. Like, it starts at a young age, the Aggie football and all the traditions and the culture, and so yeah, I always wanted to go here. My family's a foster family, so right now at home there's 7 kids right now, and so the scholarship, I probably wouldn't be able to come to A&M without the scholarship. I called my parents first. I hugged Maddie and Landry, who were out there, and we were like, ah! And I was like, I gotta go home, my mom and dad. And so I went and called them, and they were screaming, and we were just jumping up and down, and it was just so exciting. Thank them for the generosity, and then I just felt so comfortable throughout the whole thing, which was a big deal because it could be something that was stressful and rigid, but they really they wanted to get to know us, and they wanted to they're invested, which is really comforting, and it's just exciting because they want to see where we end up. And so it wasn't just here's a check, but they're invested in our lives. And so I just want to say thank you for that, just for being personally involved and not just financially.
That was my takeaway. I didn't realize how much I would fall in love with not only the kids that won these scholarships, but all the ones that even applied for these scholarships that could just as easily been a recipient. I'm so proud of this community. And if anything, I want them to know you do not be discouraged about your youth and about your future.